Hi students, let's look at one of the most important concept in indices, which is the rational indices. This is actually not something it's not something standalone. In other words, from all the laws that we have already learned, the 5 laws of indices, okay, we could actually deduce what is 3 to the power half or 3 to the power 1/3. Okay, so rational meaning rational numbers, in other words, like either fraction or any form of like rational numbers. Integers are also rational numbers, right? So in this particular part, actually what we are more interested is the power of a fraction. So how do we actually deduce it? Actually, it's quite interesting. So what I'm going to use is actually just the 5 laws we have already learned, and we try and deduce what are 3 to the power half and 3 to the power 1/3. Okay, so this case here, let's look at this. So let's say we want to find out what is 3 to the power of half. Now 3 to the power of half will just mean that what we're going to do is actually just make this side here to the power of 1, because we don't know what is the power of half. So the natural thing to do is actually just to square both sides, right? So the reason why I'm squaring both sides is so that I could apply the law of indices, law 3 of the law 3 of indices. So this case will be P, okay, which is actually the one that we already learned is AMN is equals to AMN, right? A times n. So half, the reason being is because we know that essentially half times 2 would just be 1. Okay, and we like it to be 1. When it becomes 1, we know that it will become when it becomes 1, we can tell what is our P. P is actually 3 to the power of half. Okay, just remember, this is what we need to find. P is what we need to find. So P is what we need to find. Okay, P is what we need to find. So in other words here, very simply put it, P would just be a square root of 3, right? Or negative 3. But take note, because P is positive 3.5. So since P is also 3.5, right? This is positive, so you reject this because it has to be a positive number. In other words, we only look at the positive one. So in other words, root 3 is equals to P, and P equals root 3. So 3.5 will be equals to root 3. Okay, so this is the important part here. So this case here, hence P is equals to root 3. Okay, root 3, which is actually, it just means that P equals to root 3, P is equals to 3.5. So root 3 equals to 3 to the power half. Okay, so this is how we deduce the rational indices, like the expression for the rational indices. So similarly for P to the power of 1/3, we could do the same thing. What we're going to do is actually just power of 3 both sides. This case here, 1 power of 3 here and power of 3 here. So this case here, we'll get this P to the power of 3 will be equals to 3 times 1. So in other words, by applying the law of indices, okay, by powering 3 both sides, and this would be, hence P would just be cubic root. Okay, and because P is equals to 3 to the power 1/3, so 1/3 equals to cubic root of 3. So in general, what we could deduce is a to the power 1 over n is n root of a. Okay, so for example, if we have let's say 7 to the power 1/5, we know that this is actually 5th root of 7. Okay, so this is 10 to the power of 1 over 11. This will be 11th root of 10. Okay, so these are the law here governing this expression here, which we deduce from the 5 laws we've already learned. All right. We generally would just let n be rational positive integers, and a would also be a positive integer for simplicity's sake, because that is in your syllabus. Okay, yep, that's how you understand this concept here. This is pretty much a pretty important concept. Please apply it for the subsequent questions, and any question or comments, please let us know, and then I'll see you in the next question.